Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Let's Play Dual Universe. So we are in our small base here that I originally built. I've built a second base out here because we're going to need some more room. And this core is a lot bigger. If we hit B on this guy, actually you got to get up. Oddly enough, you have to get closer to the core for it to work. There you go. And then you can get it. So yeah, this core is much higher in the air, but also it is a much bigger size area to work with, so I quite like it anyway. So this is going to be my main base. I'll probably take this one down in the long run, but I'll leave it for now. I'm using steel actually to craft the floor, which isn't too bad. My only issue is I haven't gotten a lot of ore where I am. I need to start actually legitimately mining and not using surface ores, and I've been doing everything with surface ores right now, which everyone is actually quite surprised that I've talked to about that. They're like, wait, so you didn't buy all the machines and everything else, and they're like, you've been doing the surface ores? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, that's crazy. So today we're going to look at the industrial part of the game. Now with Dual Universe, it's one of those games that I can't just magically say, hey guys, we'll make an episode of me slowly progressing, because this is actually multiple days of progression. People are actually bugging me saying, Kane, where's some videos? I want to see more content, things like this. And I was like, I'm sorry. Besides being really busy in real life, it actually took a long time to get to this point because of how long crafting takes. And that's a good thing. Basically, you can self-craft, and then you can slowly get into automated crafting and expand from there and there and there. The biggest, the most challenging, and the hardest part of all of this, and this is not even the surface mining part, is actually inventory management. I found that to be the hardest part of everything. Mostly for the fact it takes a long time to be able to get the materials, store them, process them, and craft what you need to then increase. And basically what you have to do is you start with, say, a smaller container. I think this is the XS container. So extra small, and then you can start going to the small container, then you can go to a medium, large, etc. So either way, I actually have a bigger container made. This is the large assembler. There is an actual XL assembler as well, which is even bigger. And over here, this is the ore processing. I guess they call it Refinery. Does it say just right where it is? No, but if we hit H on it, there you go. Refinery M. Over here is the metalworks. And this is glitched because the inventory is jammed right now. So I'm going to fix this, and I'm going to show you what I'm doing here. So I'm going to hit 6, go to the linking tool here. And what I'm going to do quickly here is, this is probably linked to here, right? So I'm going to right-click, delete the link. And then I'm going to click this, and oh, it's going to get upset because, okay, so what we're going to do is delete this link as well, and then put this one here. And it should fix itself. Well, unless if it's not the one that's doing it. Let's see here. Did I get my new thing in here? Yes, there's my new container. There you go. Can't even fit my inventory. So, can you hot swap? No. Okay, so I need to get rid of some of my... So this is what I meant about the whole inventory issue, obviously. You get into the problem when you run out of space here. So we're going to go... Oh, crap. You know what? I'll just get rid of... I don't really need you guys anyways. Let's get rid of some of this. This is a byproduct, and I'll show you how to make it. It's just one of those byproducts that you get so much of it, you might as well just delete it. Just for now anyways, for space-wise. There we go. And then that should be enough, because I think it needs about 3,000 something liters. I can't put it in this container, because this container here has 1,300 liters. Now, this is normally, I think, is it 1,000 liters? Yeah, 1,000, and I believe this is 8,000, but they're increased by talents. So it's actually 10,000 if you can believe this. And the container here I'm making today is even more insane. It is a container space of 128,000 liters. I believe it might be the biggest container you can currently make in the game. And I thought, let's go crazy. Let's just go really crazy. And because of talents, it'll actually be much higher than 128,000. It could be even 150,000. And I thought that'd be cool. One major container to store all my materials in. So I'm really excited for that. And that's kind of what we're working on here. So let's go ahead and see if I can pick you out of here now. You still will not get out of here. What are you, buddy? What are you? Inspect the item. Now, there's a way to link to containers, and I don't know how to do that yet. I don't even know, like, personally link. I don't know how that works, and I don't even know when we can do that. Let's put what we can in here. And let's see if this will let us pull it out now. No. Okay, so let's go ahead and delete you. Let's delete you. Let's put our aluminum. There you go. Let's get some more stuff out of here. There you go. Let's try one more time. Yes, there we go. So we're going to double click that, go into build mode, and there she is. So there is basically the biggest container in the game at this point. As far as I know, it's the biggest container. I could be wrong. There might be more to it, but there you go. That is so cool. There you go, my friends. So how much do we have in here? 166,000 liters. Oh my goodness. And I probably don't have all the talents maxed out for that, so you could probably do it a little higher. So there you have it, the biggest container in the game. That's beautiful. And now I can finally put my outputs into these containers, and that'll make my life a little easier. So let's get into crafting. Let me show you what you do with the basic crafting here. So first of all, when you hit K, it's your crafting here. And I have a bunch of things buffered here. I'm just going to cancel all this. Yeah, when it's processing, better to cancel all this stuff first, then cancel that. So you have the nano crafter only. So basically, if you're going to self-craft, starting out, if you're going to grab your own materials, do nano crafter only, because that basically means you're crafting backpack. Basically, you're self-crafting in your own inventory. Your own inventory has a decent amount of space, actually. Not as much as the small container, but quite a bit. The extra small container is about... well, basically, I think base-wise, this is probably 5 of these or so are equivalent to your inventory. And one of these is slightly higher than your inventory. I believe this is 8,000 liters by default, where your own personal inventory by default, I think, is around 5,000 liters. Hit or miss, but you get the idea. And then it just goes by eighths then. So it goes from 8 to 64, and then it goes to 128. Which is that puppy right there. So there's one more, which is after this one, which I think is considered medium. And then there's that one, obviously, which is our new large one. So anyways, so the first thing you do anyways when you nanocraft is you start doing materials, and you do refined materials here. And then you just go pure, and basically you start creating aluminum, carbon, iron, silicon. These ones you'll use nonstop. Now, the hydrogen, oxygen, you don't really use. You will use them later on. Here's a secret. You watch me delete them thinking, whoa, 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 are you deleting materials that you worked hard for? Actually, no. These ones you can craft at any time and produce as much as you want from your inventory. Because they're in the atmosphere, I guess is the idea, right? Like hydrogen and oxygen. You don't actually need a material to consume to make it. And it's also a byproduct when creating different things, like pure silicon here gives you some pure oxygen. Pure iron gives you pure oxygen. Carbon gives you both of them. Aluminum gives you just hydrogen, So that's the idea on that. So basically you start out making everything into ingots. Just one by one ingot here, one ingot there. And then you start working on, say, something small, like a goal. So let's just say, let's work on the container, because obviously you're going to, run out of room. You're going to need a little container to get yourself started. So just type in container. Now, if you don't want to search through it and you want to do it the horrible way, go to Elements, Industrial. This is where you should be. This is all your machines, your starting machines here. So the first one you're going to start with is probably the, I would say, assembly line S, but if you want, you can start with XS. And then your containers here, and then the item containers, which the only one you can self-craft is the XS one. So when you're in here, obviously things get a lot more complicated. But as long as if you've been turning those ores into ingots, is actually not that complicated, because what you can do is click the different ingredients. So basic components here is aluminum and iron alloy, right? So if you click this one more time, there you go. Pure aluminum, pure iron creates you 75 liters. So basically 100 liters of aluminum, processed aluminum, and 50 liters of processed iron will produce 75 liters of the mixed alloy. Which, hey, that's pretty nice. And then you take that mixed alloy and you go ahead. And you can go back here and click this up here. So we can go back to basic components. It kind of trees out like this, which is really nice. So you can go to the basic components now. So now that you have the aluminum and iron alloy, just 10 liters will create you 10 of these basic components. And then if you go back to the container, how many basic components do you need? Only 6. So that's taken care of. Pretty small amount too. And so hydraulics. Okay, so this is getting a little more challenging. You got 2 ingredients right now. So basic pipes is selenium. basically that's silicon and aluminum all in one. So if we click that, aluminum and silicon. So 100 liters of that, 50 liters of that, 75 liters again. Kind of similar number if you remember, right? And then that will create your basic pipe. And again, 10 liters for 10 of those. Pretty cheap again. So then we come out to the hydraulic, and then we need steel and the basic pipe. So steel itself, well, it gets pretty easy there again. Look at that, 100 liters of iron, 50 liters of carbon gives you 75 liters of steel. So you're starting to see that ratio pretty damn similar for a lot of the recipes. So we go to the hydraulics. Now we take our steel, we take our pipes, only 6 liters of steel, only 4 basic pipes. And you remember, just 10 liters of this creates you 10, right? So pretty simple, all that. And then there you go. You got your 5 hydraulics you eventually make. You make your 6 components. And then basic reinforced frame is just steel. Well, we know how to make steel now, and that's just 11 liters there. So, and then boom, you go ahead, you craft it, and guess what? You've gotten your first small container, and that has a capacity of 1,000 liters. And it even tells you, I believe, how much it takes of inventory. So the unit volume is 64 liters, so that's how much inventory space it takes, so it takes next to nothing. So pretty cool. And then after you've done that for a while, what you can do is you can go into industry. And you can go ahead and create yourself, say, the assembly line S. So this gets a little more complex because it takes more materials, but it's not really that hard. So you go ahead, you take the basic mobile panel S here. Look at that, selenium again. Basic screws made out of steel, pretty darn easy. So that one's done. Screw we already just looked at. Your power system. This one gets a little more special. It's a basic connector. So that's just from the aluminum FE. So hey, that's pretty simple. We already know that. So there you go. Even though it seemed a little more special, not so special. And then there you go. And that was everything. The basic frame we've already been through. And there you go. Now you have yourself an assembly line. And when you place your assembly line, then you can, do all this fun programming with it. So let's go ahead and let's go to B. And I have to remember, there you go. We're going to take, so we're using the first one here, the deploy element tool. We're going to hit Alt. And I'm just picking this up. Oh, if something's running, there you go. You can't, there you go. And then what about you? Let's go ahead, container L. Can I pick you up, actually? No storage to perform that. That's fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to open our inventory. We're going to go to the metalwork industry here. And we're just going to go ahead and place this down. So I'm going to use R key. I'm just going to rotate this around. And so, the industry can look a little frightening at first. It might look like, it requires a lot of, effort, or, you have to learn how to program, or you got to place a bunch of conveyor belts down or something. Nah, right now it's actually pretty simple. Maybe down the road it'll be a little bit more complex, which I kind of hope. It'd be kind of fun that you actually put connecting conveyor belts, things like that. But actually right now everything's done with kind of like a magic system, an invisible wire system. So yeah, basically we place that down. Let's go ahead and empty this out if we can. Let's go ahead and you can actually hit control and just, do multiple items. I don't know how you do the full drag. I'm still learning all the shortcuts, and I'll get better over time. Well, they do tell you down here how you can do it. Control left mouse to do multiple. I thought is there a way to? No. So there's a way to like drag and kind of do multiples, but anyways, let's do that. We're gonna fill this container and actually move that container over. I'll organize these within here eventually. Right now, basically, I'm just throwing them in there, but maybe I'll have like ores further down, and then eventually I'll have different materials anyways. Oh, we're gonna hold down the refinery, aren't we? But yeah, we're just gonna empty our inventory now so we can get some of that space in there. There you go. And then we're gonna go over here. We're gonna go ahead and grab you. There you go. Got it all? Awesome. And then we might be able to actually get this in. Yeah, we did. Okay. So let's go back to our inventory. We're going to double click on the container here. There we go. And we're just going to put this container for fun. Let's rotate it so I see the one end for fun. There you go. We'll just put them there. There you go. And then we're going to hit 6 to the link tool. So link elements tool. And so what we're going to do is this is going to have an output. So we're going to click this, and this is just going to be its output. And this big container is going to be its input. And so that is simple. Basically, this machine for now on will always look into this for components and it will always output to this one. Now you can have multiple inputs, you can only have one output, so keep that in mind. Later on there's actually apparently other machines where you can click and link it and it does all this filtering, and you can do a lot more with it obviously, but for now this is the way I go. So in here now we can go to recipes, and you can even say show only doable recipes, which is pretty cool. So you basically go in here and it says, oh, you can do hydraulics, you can do a singularity container, whatever the hell that is. Can I right click on the singularity? What is a singularity container? Complex part, singularity containers. I think it's just for high tech. Okay. Maybe it's like a component, I guess, or something. Oh, yeah, it's under parts. Okay. You got basic combustion chambers. You got basic screws I can make. So you can look in here, just all the doables right now. And I don't have most of my stuff in here, but you can easily see how I can do a bunch of things here. I can make some reinforced frames, etc. So let's do something like basic hydraulics in here. So that's taking two components. We can hit apply. So you can do an infinite run, which kind of makes sense. Overall, eventually people will do a system where, you know what? I want this to only make this and always just run it no matter what. You just keep running and running and running. Where you're starting out like me, maybe you're like, you know what? I need 10 hydraulics coming up. So let's go ahead and hit start. And that'll just process 10 and then it'll finish up. Or you might want to maintain one. And this one's actually a really good one. I think this might be used the most later on, which basically says, okay, maintain 50 of these, and then your other, assembler might say 20 of these, your other assembler might be 16 of these, things like that. So you maintain a certain amount all the time, and it's kind of good and useful for your own, mega construction facility later on. Oh, you have ship cores, things like that. Well, maintain 10 ship cores. When you grab one, it'll process another one. So you always have them in stock. So if you need a handful of them at once, you want to sell them, give them to people, etc., you have them on hand. So the maintain one, I think, will be the ultimate used one later on, and that's just based on the chest it linked to, so the container. So this one would just check the quantity in there and maintain it. And in fact, if you go to containers, it will actually speak to you and tell you a lot of good information here. So right now you can display kind of what it's needing and using, etc. So right here you can see how much steel I have right now in the container. And this will show you all the multiple containers as well. But right now, in the one container we only have linked, we have 401 steel and we have 216 basic pipes. And it'll show you the total. So if container 7, container 8, container 9, whatever. And then you can do output, which then it'll show you how much you have in the other container. So that maintenance mode basically would read what we're reading right here, and it will say how many you have in there. You can also use this to display all the items, just to give you a nice total. Right now, you can't use this to filter around. And later on, I saw there's an actual ultimate controller, basically, where you can see all your containers' inventories all in one interface, which I think that's cool. Kind of like, what would you think of that? Applied energistics for Dual Universe. So, yeah, so that's basically a simple factory just done. That's it. That is done and over with. So we have a refinery here. So let's go ahead and I double click that. Let's hit build and let's rotate this so I'm not using all the space here. So let's just place this down. And there you go. We're going to link this up. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put you into here. You're going to go into there and then done. That is all that is. And then I can go to recipes. I'm going to do show only ones. Makes it easier because, obviously going through all the recipes gets annoying. But here, I know that I have enough to do some iron right now. Now, later on, obviously, I'll probably have one refinery for iron, one refinery for this, one refinery for that. But for now, you know what? That's fine. Start, and it'll automatically do the refining for me. And that's it. I don't have to worry about it anymore. So it's a pretty amazing little system, honestly, and I really like it a lot. So let's run over here and let's get rid of my materials here. So let's go ahead and just for now, let's throw down the materials down here. So you got tier 2 ores and tier 1 ores. And I just want to let you know because that's kind of important. Let's put our oxygen crap down here. And so let's put our limestone down here. That's the tier 2, tier 1, tier 2. I actually made some tier 2 materials recently just for fun. Never done it till now, but tier 2, tier 1, there you go. And then you get your pure iron here. Excellent. Oh yeah, this was the tier 2 material I actually made. That was the first time I made that. Pure chromium. So surface materials actually give you tier 2. They give you a couple of tier 2, 4 tier 2, I guess, materials, which is pretty cool. So, and then actually I could go like this, you know, put this one over here, but there you go. Just sort this, actually my iron here. There you go. Once you start sorting this, it kind of works out. So there you go. And you got insane. One thing they have in this game, which they should let it expand. They just don't do that. You just got insane amount of rows. Even on your personal inventory, it's like that, which is really awesome. But don't accidentally put something, you know, a million miles down, or you'll have a hell of a time finding it. You might be able to do some sort of sort, but I don't want to try that because I don't want to sort my inventory. I'm happy with it. So there you go. And then this guy, well, he's my big new assembler, which I don't actually need to move him, but obviously I screwed up his linking. So let's go ahead and link this guy in, and then let's link him to this container, and there you go. So he's up and running, and I don't need anything out of this one right now, obviously, but maybe I should cancel the production. Actually, it is done, I think. Because that was the original one. It has a start. There's no stop. Yeah, so it's done. Basically, you can select a new recipe if you want later on. Which, show doable recipes. I guess there's nothing in here. Huh. We do have it selected correctly. Yeah, we do. That's just, there's nothing exciting, honestly. So let's get this one. So this is my output before. I was using this tiny chest, so I'm just happy we finally got to move to an upgrade here. So let's go to pure iron, pure chromium. Excellent. So there you have it. So the refinery obviously does your ores to ingots, and then the assembler does like some of the basic parts. Now, not all the parts. There's actually other machines for that, which we're going to show you here in a sec. So over here we have the electronics industry M. Okay, so the beauty of this one is basically this makes different recipes like, let's just remove all this. This one does let's do basic. Functional parts maybe? Okay, so this does like all the different, so the power connectors. These are used a lot. Basic power connectors. I guess typing basic is probably the way to go. Basic. And if you know how to spell basics, even better. So basic electronics, basic power systems, basic processor. I haven't used those yet. Basic antennas, control systems, things like that. And now if you're wondering how, like where you can craft something, you can actually find out when you right click it. So if you're using your own, so let's just go here and say K, and let's just do anything, and let's just do container. And we're going to go to container L, the large one, right? There's a container hub, but I believe this is the one that you link them all. So let's say we're doing a container L. So you're wondering, how do I make the basic components? Well, what you can do is you can do an inspect on here. Or sorry, where can you make them? So what you can do is right click and do an inspect, and it shows the recipe here, but it shows a production list, and it actually says you can do it in the electronics industry M. So this is actually a really important one. This will let you know what you can make it in. Not only that, it'll even tell you your talents that you can use it in, which is pretty darn amazing, because then I know what talents can affect it and let me, expand the efficiency of whatever I'm making. And the talents in this thing can make it faster. It can make it also more efficient, use less components. So talents are pretty damn important when it comes to manufacturing, especially in the long term. You can easily save, I'm guessing 30% of your materials, like when you're maxed out. So you keep paying attention to that. But anyway, so that's really easy. So same here. We'll inspect the item here. Production list. So here you go, Metalworks Industrial M. So now you know this is made in Metalworks. It's not made in the assembler. You know now this is made in the electronics, not in the assembler. And then this guy over here, well, guess what? He's made in the Metalworks as well, not the assembler. So kind of useful, right? And then if you go steel, okay, what's steel made out of? Because I don't think I have this right now. Okay, steel's made in the smelter. Well, you know what? And it can be crafted in the nano pack, apparently. I have never made a smelter. So that's something I should work on here. So let's go and check out that smelter, shall we? Smelter. So smelter M, here you go. So it requires basic pipe, basic burner. I actually have one of those. basic chemical container, and a basic reinforced frame here. So this is actually very useful, and in fact I have some of the materials for this. So let's see if I can do something about that. Let's go over here. Let's see what we have. We got a lot of good materials over here. So let's start. I have a different assembly. Yeah, I've created a few of these over time, and you know what? They'll be useful. So here's the basic burner. So let's inspect the recipe of this because I don't even remember. Okay, so the silicon and aluminum and the basic screws. That's it. And it can be made in the metalworks. So I must have done that a long time ago, and then I changed my goals to the container because, well, once again, my inventory was having all the issues in the world. And I will let you know right now, again, that your best bet is to continue working as much as you can. Construction key, speeder. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I couldn't get rid of this, I don't think. Unclaimed item, claim for... I don't know if maybe I can now? Maybe now? Yeah, I don't know how. That was when we were screwing around with that. Move to inventory slot, set construction as destination. Claim item. Yeah, I don't know what to do with that. Anyways, we'll ignore that for now. Anyways, yeah, so look at that. We got all that. Let's get out of our base material, or our, metals and stuff like that. I only got one of that, so that doesn't really matter. I just thought I might as well move some of this out of here now. There you go. Is that it for... Oh, we got some hydraulics in here. Also got some panels in here. Is there enough room for you three? Yes, there is. Cool. There you go. Oh, there's more, but that's all right. So yeah, so now you see why I started the build on this platform and made this platform because, well, I can't afford anything else but this in the long run. So basic burner. Let's put you guys in here, the different sizes. I guess I built a bunch of these and probably went crazy one time thinking, well, I'm using one or two of these, so let me just make an insane amount of them. And now I probably suffer because, well, I never use that much. Look at this. A lot of this stuff wasn't even stacked. So now you can see having the nice container here is going to make my life a much, much easier here. Okay, so let's go back here. So let's see what we're missing here now. So we got the burner, pipes, basic chemical to container. I don't remember seeing that anywhere. That might be something we need to make, to be fair. What else are we missing? Basic frame M. Basic reinforce? Is it reinforced frame? Yes, it is. Okay, so we already have this. We already have 25 of this. So I'm going to probably do it in my inventory since it's easier right now. 36 of these guys. So you can hit shift and drag over here. Let's do 36 of these guys. Thank you. And then, oops. Sorry, I'm hitting every button but the right one. Oh, yeah, and this one, which is you and you. Okay, so let's do 49 of you. Oh, we don't have any of you. Okay, so here is where we're going to do, let's do 500 of you. And we're going to do, I think we have it in the other container because I think we have some ready, but it's over here. There you go. So let's go down. Yeah, there it is, 500. So we can just go hit K here. We can click this, and there you go. So do them in smaller chunks, and then you're not wasting as much time. So 215, 215, 215. One tip I can tell you that if you go ahead and just say, okay, you know what? Let me just go and do, let's just say you have 400 in there, right? So you do up to the 400. If you do too many, it'll freeze and it won't work. It'll pause it. Even if you have another ingredient down here that it can do, it will freeze on the one that it can't fulfill. So keep that in mind. But the point is, if you do 4 of these, I have to wait 9 minutes. Even though maybe I want to process this all, maybe I would rather have another recipe in between there and made. And so I would recommend kind of doing it that way. And I'll show you something. You can actually queue. So we're making this guy here. So we need 25 screws. Let's actually do that quickly here. So I'll show you how you can play with the queue, and it makes your life a lot easier. So let's do this and do 25, please. There you go. So we'll go here and 25 and that. So we'll make one of those plays. But what I can do is I can throw this guy in here. And then what will happen is now he'll queue up for this one right after this one finishes. And one thing I notice is unless they have a speed up on this, I believe when your talents increase the speed on this, it might give you the wrong information 4, 3, 2, 1. I think this is faster. It's hard to tell. I think this moves faster. So I think what it works is the talents still, like the interface still shows you the full time, but the talents themselves just make the clock go faster. I could be wrong with that because it does look faster, or maybe overall it just goes faster, you know. But there you go. So now it's on to the basic chemical container M, and it'll start working on that. So there we go. That's going to take 9 minutes. Won't take quite 9 minutes, though, even though it says that. It'll be a little quicker, and then we'll be good to go. So let me move things over there, do some cleanup, and we'll be back here in a few. Okay, so I just put in our little machine here. This one right over here. I put in I keep on hitting map here like a noob. Electronics one. So once again, we just want to link that. Might have actually linked that already. B and 6. Did I link you? Oh, yeah, I already did link it. Awesome. But I do want to unlink one thing. So I put my other container here from the other building. And I thought, okay, you know what? Maybe I should have one for ores and processing like that just to make it a little easier. So I don't mind putting the ores in there still, but I was thinking I need to change this up for here. So what you want to do is, unless you want to destroy it because you're having a hell of a time finding which one is which, you know what? Funny enough, I can believe that one, but it says container and refinery here. See, it says left side refinery, right side container. So you actually know where that's going to. So what I can do is I can delete the link here, right? And I right-click that, doing that. Or you can use Alt, but I find it just easier to right-click and delete. And then I can click this guy here and put it on that one. So now, from now on, it should send all the ores here, which actually, funny enough, it did the last little batch just like that. So now it won't put it in here anymore. And this way I can save up some of the inventory space there for other things that might be a bit more valuable for us. So let's put our pure iron in here. Excellent. So we have the basic chemical one done now. So we're going to go to K here. We're going to go back to the smeltery and requires industrial unit to be crafted. Interesting. I swear when we hovered over that, it said blah, 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 but it lied to us apparently. So it requires an assembly line M or bigger. So what assembly line are you anyways? Are you M or smaller than an M? H, right? Well, that's metalworks, sorry. Wait, that's the metalworks? Huh, assembly lines look the same, don't they? Oh, they're a bit different. I'm like, what? Anyways, hopefully I haven't confused you guys there. Obviously, I'm confusing myself now. So we're trying to make the smelt. And not all of them can be done in here. So let's just double check the name of that. No, it is a smelter. So look at that, smelter. And it can only be done in the one version. So this is actually a good little lesson. You can't do everything in the biggest one. And different assemblers for different jobs, which I think is pretty damn cool. So now you see why we had an assembler M ready to go. So let's go to B here. And let's go ahead and we'll place this guy down. There you go. And we'll do the same idea. So we're going to go ahead, link this guy up. So B6. Is that the link tool? No, we're not. Oh, no, we're not in the build mode. I think if you go near one of these, you can go in build mode. Yes, okay. So 6. There you go. So we're going to have you coming into here. You are going to go into that second container. Excellent. That should work. Okay, so let's go over here and dump our materials in here. So you got the pipes. You got the burners, you got this. So I thought, honestly, I could have crafted this in my inventory. It makes sense I couldn't, but for some reason I must have misread a tooltip, or maybe it was kind of a bug. You never know. Remember, beta, beta, beta. Smelter. So there you go. Smelter M. Apply. And then you're just going to make one, please. And then you can... Oh, it's already doing it, but obviously you want to look at the container, see if it's working. Because it just took all the components, obviously now it's just going to be all in red, but there you go. It's crafting it. And it'll take 32 minutes. And that, for example, the smelter will be like our next step into like a furnace. Basically, it just, it's like an alloy smelter, right? So it's going to take things like the coal and the iron to make us steel. And yeah, that'll make our life a lot more easier. So actually, talking about steel, let's actually look for some steel in here. Do we have any? Please tell me we have some steel out there. Have we used every inch of our steel? Oh no, here's some steel there. Cool. I wanted to show you one of our building blocks, which is a little expensive right now for us because of using surface materials. But basically, if we go to our inventory here, we're actually crafting, and we type in black and show only doable here. I'll show you the one I've been using. So under basically honeycomb is your crafting materials, that are not crafting materials, your building materials in the world pretty much. So I've been doing honeycomb materials, product honeycomb steel, and I've been doing the polished black steel. You got this one that's nice too, but I've been going for, is it the polish or maybe it was the other one? You can actually hit H on here. So I've been using the polished black steel, which looks okay for like a floor. So if we go back there, we can go ahead and make this. So you can see these are really fast recipes, so that's fine. But once again, I can still do the 1, 2, 3. Now, you remember what I told you? This is going to hold it up, so we're going to have to bring these up to continue the queue here. So now that I'm finally getting a bit of an upper hand, I can go and finally finish this floor. So I'm not getting a lot of this. I'm going to need a lot more steel if I'm going to finish this, but obviously I can get a bit of a start finally on this again. So it's been a while. So let's go all the way over here, and then we can finish that little spot. Excellent. And then let's go, oops, I did that wrong. Let's do that again. Now you're going to laugh how this won't finish all this, I'm sure, because of how much material it costs, but there you go. We got it all to this end. Okay. And, oh, there you go. So we didn't, so yeah, with all that steel, even the 300 liters of steel, we weren't able to make the full length. So I'm going to need more steel, obviously. And this is where, obviously, where our new machine's going to come in, because it at least can make me more steel, and then I don't have to deal with that. So that's pretty cool. That I have never seen happen before. What the fudgesicle? Oh. Wow, if it doesn't come back, I might have lost it for good. No, I can walk on it. Oh, wait, no, I can't walk on it. I think I actually lost it for good. I'm going to relog and see. Nope. Let's see, did I get my material back now? Nope. So there you guys go, my friends. Sometimes this game wants to hurt you a lot deeply inside, and it's a beta, obviously, but it's one of those bugs that are like really, really, really annoying. I've actually never hit that one yet, so yeah, it's the first time hitting that one, so hey, cool. Anyways, I think that's about it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. That's the industrial part of the game. Now, obviously, this will get bigger, more complex, more crazy as time goes on. I definitely need to start getting into actual going out and mining. The only downside of living on a sanctuary planet is, besides being able to dig your own plot, I'm unable to actually go out and mine in other like unclaimed plots as far as I know. So I can't go, say, over here and just start randomly mining. Because of the nature of the sanctuary, it protects it. So I don't know if they have a ruling that tells you that. No, they don't have that, do they? But either way, the way it works is you can't go around and mine even if no one owns the tile. And there's no, like, say, you know, a special tile that, you know, can be done like that. I wonder why that one is... Huh. That might be like one of the showrooms maybe or something. Or maybe there's something there. Well, nothing's showing on the map. Might be a showroom or something. But anyways, so yeah, I hope you guys and girls enjoyed this. I'm really loving the industry. I'm going to work on it more. Obviously, I'd like to get my floor done eventually, but that was that makes it harder if your floor just, you know, disappears on you. Damn floor. But obviously, you know, remember it's a beta. Things will get better. But either way, I'm having a blast. I'm really enjoying this. And I hope you guys found this video a little more useful. Remember, this is a Let's Play series, not a tutorial series. Some people get mad at me if I do something wrong. And it's like, well, this is a Let's Play. This is the perspective of a newbie playing a space game, having fun. If you want to see what it's like to experience a game brand new and not have somebody basically, you know, script the whole Let's Play series and say, you know, and hide and, you know, cut and remove everything, then I'm not the guy, obviously, to watch, right? I want to have unscripted, you know, lots of fun. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, all that fun stuff. And we'll see you wonderful people next time. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.